This is Dom 210 Culture Podcast when we got Noodle King Mike on the mic. Let's go. Hello guys. Do you see my new little 210 Culture breathing apparatus? You see me got that mask on. And, once this whole coronavirus goes off, I mean, we're literally gonna start hearing mask off like from Future. Yeah, that's gonna be the big hit song of the summer once that hits. So, Mike, it's good to have you back,
Thank
man.
you.
All right, and tell us how you been doing this weekend or what you've been up to.
Um, just oh shoot, sorry, G.
Oh, we got G here,
G standing
little
here.
little luchador here.
Just working, man. It's been a busy week trying to
Been a
get
busy week.
a lot of logistical stuff. Some of the
Yeah,
stuff we're doing, like when people are doing, carry out, we're giving out free surgical mask for everyone who places an order, and then I'm also working on those digital menus for all these other restaurants that have been reaching out to me. So it's just been busy.
definitely. I mean, during this quarantine time, I mean, it's very hard to stay busy, and I'm so glad to hear that you're helping out others and you're providing masks. I mean, Roy from the Carpenter's Apprentice, our homeboy out there, keep it strong, Roy, giving out masks to people that do not have any. I mean, if you don't have a mask now, I mean, you're literally either putting your t-shirt over your face or, using a scarf or even using a handkerchief. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. It's like with me, it's like, what can I do to help the community? Like I know a lot of these restaurants were giving out toilet paper, but it was like that's not doing it. Like, what's that gonna do?
Right.
Like if you run out of toilet paper, you can just hop in the shower. But like, so I was just trying to ponder and think, like, what can I do to help? I
Right.
initially I wanted to give out hand sanitizers, but that was almost impossible to get hold
Oh
of.
man.
And then I was fortunate enough to um uh, I have a contact where I was able to get surgical masks, like a whole bunch of them. So I was like, I donated 100 to the UTSA PD that's right next door to me. So,
Okay.
and then the rest, I was just like, this is how I do it. It's I give everybody a mask. And not like the thing is, people think that like um I'm against people going out and like you know eating out. I'm not against it. It's just you gotta be safe. But if you're not wearing a mask, like you're not helping the problem. You're kind of like contributing to it, and we need to contribute, to the solution, or we're gonna be like this forever.
Right. Definitely. I mean, if we do not follow protocol, I mean, everybody's going to be at risk. I mean, not just, yeah, I mean, everybody thinks, oh, this is a conspiracy. Oh, this is just to keep people from going out, blah, blah, blah. But, in general, if it's a whole world problem, I think it's not a conspiracy. Uh, it's just hard to get through to people that are hard headed
People
sometimes.
are hard, and things they're gullible. They're so naive and gullible. I'm like, oh, like this 5G towers, like what? 5G gives you coronavirus, like
Like,
what?
what?
That's the dumbest
Well, I
thing
got
ever.
5G right here. What's good? I ain't got no corona. But yeah, I mean, there's so many conspiracy theories out there about this coronavirus. Uh, it's so tough that we're supposed to be having Fiesta right now, or it's supposed to be the end of Fiesta, and it's very tough. Like, I'm having withdrawals from not having Fiesta.
Do you think they're gonna cancel November Fiesta if there's a second wave, or because of a second wave?
I feel like they may have some crazy protocol for it, but I don't think they would cancel it unless it's like something with the virus evolving again. Like, because right now it went from contact. Like, if I were to touch here and then you were to
Yeah.
touch the same spot, you would have it. Or if somebody spat on you or breathed on you, now you would get it. But then now it's airborne, so it's in the air for about a 2 hour period. I mean, like, what's next? I mean, it's gonna come by looking at each other like,
Don't look at me.
"Ugh, I'm dead.
I just think I just
Like,
feel that
I mean, I don't even know what the next step is.
I just feel that like I mean it's history. We just gotta learn from history. There's always a second wave, and I feel like it's gonna happen sometime in October or a little right before Fiesta. That's gonna be the
Before
beginning
it
of it,
starts getting cold again.
and then Fiesta. It's just when it's gonna spread even more, and that's what I'm afraid of. I want to be wrong. I want to be hundred
I want to
percent
be
wrong,
wrong
but
too.
I'm just like, man, this is not a good idea.
Just a lot of people altogether is a bad
Yeah,
idea. I mean, you know, it's just it's tough because we're very social creatures
Yep.
and we like to be around other people, or we need other people to agree on us or to give us approval. And now, like, we're literally we're supposed to be antisocial right now.
I don't think it's anti-social. Just you just gotta keep your distance, you know. And you just gotta make the proper. Like, what's just because you can't.
Happy Mother's Day. Like,
It's.
hug
I mean, yeah, but it's,
over the phone. Mm,
but it's like, and I get it. Like, we're very like I would say we're very intimate creatures. Or
yes.
I don't know, creature. We're not creatures. We're people, humans.
I don't know. Some of us are creatures, though. Stay in your cave. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Everybody's all antsy right now. But like, that, and one of the things that we're going to talk about today is like everything that is starting to release now that, like the beaches
Oh,
and other businesses. I really want to get in on that, but now that we know that we're all set up, uh, yeah. So we want to go ahead and get into the to what we're all wondering about right now, the food truck foodies frenzy, the bracket. And currently we are going to give an update right now, like at 2:30 was the end of the voting. Now we are going to provide the winners of each bracket right now, the to get to the final four. So we're gonna right now our brackets are the online brackets are currently having issues currently. So we are going to release that tomorrow. So we are going to release it. Just follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or even watch the podcast. Or if you're listening right now, you already know. So and we're gonna give out the winners, the losers. We're gonna talk about everything of what's gonna happen next and when's the next update. Okay. So now we want to go ahead and talk about, like, well, what we were doing, me, G, and Donna, and G's family were up to, and other people of Tuesday Culture. We were out there donating to nurses
I
at a detention
saw
center.
that with the
Yeah,
brisket.
yeah, right here, San Antonio. It's all about the culture. Because these nurses, they're overlooked due to their location. Because there's a lot of construction in that area. Nobody wants to zigzag around neighborhoods, especially in that bad side of town. I'm just saying it. You see the part of San Antonio you really don't really see that often.
Yeah.
The homeless personnel, people that are, needing shelter. They don't even have masks on. I saw a person sleeping literally in the street. Like, there's a sidewalk and he's in the street, half on the street, half on the. These people. I mean, if we don't have testing, or if we don't know if these people have anything, then we're not doing our job. I mean, we should be helping these personnel out. Because they're part of San Antonio. There are people. I mean, they need to be checked and see if they're all right. I mean, of course, we do have homeless shelters that are always available to assist with, and food banks that can assist them with food.
Are they even open with all this going on, or like what's the precaution on that? Because what if someone does have it and they bring it in and they just spread it everywhere in
And
the shelter? You know,
there has been certain cases of that actually
that
already. Like,
sucks.
yeah, and we can't really. I mean, right now, due to funding, because everything's about money. You got to be able to fund all the testing for that. And so there were some homeless people that were affected, and they were in the homeless shelter, and they had to literally seclude them from the rest of the population. But then you're losing beds for other people as well. I mean,
Yeah.
from doing all this. I mean, they got to make sure everybody's away, or they have a mask or something to cover their face, which is a very tough task. I mean, you're gonna have to make it out of other clothes. I mean,
Yeah.
you can look at videos online, YouTube, to cut up, like new, like if you have a new pair of socks you never use, cut them up, and then you can make a mask easy.
Oh, I unplugged myself.
Uh, sorry, just push it
There
up.
it
All
is.
right, there
Okay.
we go.
Um,
And but yeah,
with that being said, if someone needs a, like in dire need of mask, come reach out to me at Noodle
yeah.
Tree, and I think we're getting another 800 more masks in. So
Oh wow, nice, nice.
I don't mind giving those out. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not about like the incentive of going to Noodle Tree. At the end of the day, it's contributing to the solution, and this is the solution. And
Hmm.
and I know like these masks that the surgical ones are a one-time use. I mean, you can in a way disinfect it or leave it out and kind of and use it again. But ideally, it's a one-time use. But it's for me, it's important that we do end this because a lot of people sit here and they complain and they're like, we're going crazy, or like my business is dying. So, well, what are you doing to fix that problem? You're sitting here complaining. We all, everyone's going through that. But what are you doing to help the problem? What are you doing to help, get to the ultimate goal, which is the solution of, completely end this so everyone can open back up so we have some normalcy. I
Right.
don't, have you read any of the articles or seen the articles about some of these places opening up when they shouldn't, and they're just like, we don't care.
Yeah, I've been reading some of the San Antonio Express News. I've been looking at SA online. I've been reading, because a lot of it's up to the business owner. Like if they feel like they're safe and their employees are safe, they can open up, but they're not obligated to open up.
Well, there are some places that aren't. They're trying to find a loophole, and they don't,
Everybody
and they
is.
don't, they don't fall within the guidelines, and they're opening up and trying to
Mm-mm.
do that, and I know there's this. I mean, I don't want to call out names, but it's just like I think it's.
Are you sure, Mike?
Well, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it because this
Mike's rants.
this upsets me. This upsets me so much because of the predicament that I'm in. It's like you're being selfish. At the end of the day, your mindset is what is it in for me, and it's all about me. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about Cantina. They opened up, has 50 people in there, and what he told when he got cited, he said, "You know what? Give me a citation. I don't care. I'm gonna fight it in court. I'll fight all the citations in court." That just tells me you don't give a fuck about anybody else, but you paying your bills. You mean like you're not the only one that's suffering, but like you're putting lives at risk for what? For your
Lives.
personal gain. If you're gonna sit here and be like, "Well, it's for my employees," no, that's bullshit. It's for you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, don't do that. Like that's irresponsible. That's selfish. And it's just like like for him to blame, or I don't know him or her, but to blame and say, "Give me all the citations. I don't care. I'm just gonna fight it in court." Like that's so. This is a prime example. Okay, and I don't condone. I never condone it. This, but it's like a guy who beats a woman, right? And he goes,
Mhm.
"Well, I didn't punch her. I just slapped her." It's the same
Same
fucking thing, dude. You
thing.
shouldn't be hitting women.
Women,
Like
yeah.
and that's what drives me nuts. It's like you're not helping the problem. You're the problem.
Yes.
Like you're sitting here complaining, like, "Oh well, my business is not gonna make it." Well, if you keep doing what you're doing, your business, like nobody's business is not gonna make it. You're gonna take everybody down. It's just like
Right.
that's such a selfish
Thing to do,
and like
yes.
ignorant like mindset. Like it's just stupid, and then you ruin it for everybody else.
I mean, your lifeblood is customers. So wouldn't you care if your customers are healthy and they're
Listen,
good?
they don't. I
They
think
don't.
I think it's like fuck it. I need to get money somehow now to pay whatever I need to pay. Like
I mean, we're all hurting. I mean,
yeah.
there's people that aren't even working right now that have to depend on the government just to pay their way. I mean, they don't want to do that. I mean, some people do want that, but not everybody wants that. They want to be able to have their own income and provide for themselves and their families.
My thing is this: like if the business goes down, there is still, even if it's a small chance, there's still a chance that you can start another business. There's
Right.
always that chance, even if it's a very small and fine.
Mhm.
But if someone dies from this, they don't come back.
Right.
They're gone. So
They're
and I
gone.
just think that the fact that you're gonna choose, your selfish reasons over life, that's just so irresponsible.
It's crazy. Like basically, with everything that's opened up with restaurants and everything, it's basically right now there's only up to like 50 new cases. There's only 50 new cases, but that makes a total of 1,887 cases in San Antonio alone.
Yeah.
So I mean, and now coming up on May 15th, they're going to open up your barbershops, salons,
Yep.
Other locations like that. I mean, everybody's needing a little shave or haircut. I mean, looking a little, look wild out there, feral.
Well, actually, I think they let them pre-open this past Friday.
They did, but like the official opening
Yeah.
for everybody is the 15th. But I mean, hey, kudos. I mean, if you were able to get a haircut or anything,
You know what's scary? So I'm kind of a fortune teller. I'm Mystic Mike because remember the last time I was on, I called it. I said that they're going to open restaurants
Mhm.
with a limited capacity on May 1st.
Right.
I said it on this last time I was sitting in this chair, and it happened.
Yeah.
Right. And my fear was that they're only going to give us a certain amount of days to get ready. And they only gave us 84 hours to get ready, to get the product in, to get the staff trained, and to get everything sanitized, and then to get used to everything. And it was just like,
That's
why do y'all
crazy.
do that? I have a feeling that they're going to open bars third week of May.
Yee.
And that's scary.
That is
That's
scary.
very scary because if you think about it, right? Like, yeah, you can keep your social distance, but when you're drunk,
No, you don't keep no social distance.
When you're drunk and you see a fine ass girl, you're like, girl, come holla. You're gonna come over, not realizing like, oh, I gotta keep my distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a really scary thing. It's not like we don't know how to behave. Some people don't, but it's just like
No.
you just that's just the setting that's why you go to bars, is to interact, to
Yeah.
socialize. And it's just I am I against it? I'm worried. That's it.
Like seriously, when
I'm worried.
social distancing is like skirt.
Yeah, right.
Is literally skirt. You gotta avoid people. I mean, you may want to hug them, you may want to shake their hand. You want to do all that, show some, show your appreciation of them. But I mean, as of right now, it's not really a safe time to do that. I mean, you can if you're like quarantined with them and you're all quarantined together. It's like, okay, y'all probably have the same germs.
Now, if they let bars open and do like a to-go style, I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous,
It's
but that's
dangerous.
cool.
But I think that's another avenue, or I don't know, maybe let bars do a delivery service where they can deliver their own booze to people at home. Like, I don't know, or maybe let them open as a retail. I don't know. I don't know what the TBAC rules are on that, but just little stuff like that. Like that could, but like opening a bar at 25%, that's a scary thought.
No,
And the thing is, like, people now, there's some bars are opening up anyways.
Yeah, true. Local, low key bars.
You hear about was it Porta Rosa?
Porta Rosa?
Yeah, dude,
they opened.
I ain't trying to call you out because I know. So I wasn't there. I don't know, but so what had happened?
Mhm.
What had happened was,
Yeah,
I think there was 100 people inside and 100 people outside for the soft opening, and they were just trying to do food to go and drinks to go. But a whole bunch of people showed that they didn't expect to happen. Okay, now I'm not. I wasn't there. I don't know the full story, but
right.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that that's what happened, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened because I don't think that they would do something like that. But it's like if you can't control the crowds, like like everybody's itching to go to a bar. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm itching to go out to a bar.
Yeah, I feel you there.
So it's just kind of like it's scary. It's a scary thing, and I'm hoping that like we can figure it out sooner than later.
It's like right now I feel like I'm like it's like the show Cheers. I have a bar in my house and I'm just serving people drinks. Like literally, that's how it is feeling for me. Like that's what I'm doing. But like I want to go somewhere where I can get a drink for myself and not have to like do it just for my people there. I mean, I love making drinks, but it's a hassle. It's a process. I mean, just like cooking takes time, precision, and make sure it tastes good. But I mean, I want to go to a bar, but I don't want to bet my life on it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not worth it.
That's the only thing, and with everything that's going on, I mean, with a lot of businesses that shouldn't be open but are open. I mean, I'm not pointing to anybody that we're talking to right now, but with Governor Abbott right now, he says like it's like it could be jailed up to 180 days and be fined up to $1,000.
Yeah, but then the AG was like, we're not gonna put anybody in jail.
It's a lot of flip flop right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of flip flop.
Because there's been cases of like, detention centers, populations of the jail cells that have new symptoms of coronavirus due to, either people that have just been newly introduced or people that got sick in checkups or anything. So it's really crazy. But I mean, everybody's like, so is it you're not going to jail us or you are going to jail us? Or are you just going to give us a fine? Or
I think they're just going to give a fine. But like, I don't know if you heard, I don't know when the press conference was the other day or two, Judge Nelson Wolf was like, well, why don't you just turn off their power? Like, if you're not going to put them in judge, turn off their power.
Yeah,
and their business.
That,
I was like, dude, you ain't playing around.
Going in the Stone Age.
Get it. And actually, the mayor has that push where he'll revoke your occupancy, where then once that's revoked, your power gets shut off. Like, all your utilities are gone.
Yeah.
So
what are you gonna do?
I mean, but that's like, I get it. Like, if you're not gonna follow the rules, like,
you're gonna be cut off.
You're gonna be cut off, and then it's gonna hurt you down the road. So like, you just gotta be smart, like
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, and especially like I'm a big movie fan. Like I love going to the movies,
mhm.
watching with my family, friends, all that. And having the movie theaters open now, that's insane. Because I mean,
Gee.
yeah, we can all have a mask on, but somebody's gonna be like, I want to chill and just keep it off the
Yeah,
whole movie.
no,
I
no,
mean,
sure.
and everybody's all the way up, so you can't see over you. But imagine somebody at the top row start coughing, goes down,
Yeah,
down,
goes
down,
down,
and
down, down. It was I forgot somebody sent a tweet. I think it was she does traffic for. Please don't get mad at me. I think it's Ken's Five.
mm,
Nikki.
Nikki. Okay.
She was like I think she tweeted out like she drove by the Palladium, saw all these people. I tweeted back, but what are they watching
I
though?
know.
Like what new movies have come out?
There's no new
So
movies.
it's like why?
Everybody's suspended or pushed back the
Yeah.
movies like at least another month or two until June or July. Like I was looking forward to that new Black Widow
Yeah.
movie. I was looking forward to the Wonder Woman movie. I mean, there's so many movies that I've been looking forward to, but I mean, I'm gonna wait to either one, they allow us to purchase it through our home movie systems, or two, it's safe to be at the movie theater. But either way, it's not gonna be safe for a while now.
I've been trying to like get like kind of a reading of like what people are thinking. So it's like, well, when do you feel safe to go out to a restaurant? They're like, probably not until the summertime. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, how do you feel about going back to a bar? Like, probably not till next year. And I'm like,
Yeah. Because when I'm toasted, I mean out there, I'm like, I get all buddy buddy with everybody.
no, me too. I'm
I'm like, hey,
I'm a very
shots, everybody.
I'm a very social person, especially when I have drinks, and I just want to
Yeah,
let loose and have a good time. But I just
I can't do it with
yeah.
restrictions because with restrictions, they always get busted somehow.
Yeah, it's like playing with a loaded gun. That's how I feel. Like that's how I like think of COVID-19 is like playing with a loaded gun. Like you rather be
Literally.
safe than sorry. Like just don't touch the gun.
Keep the safety on the gun, guys.
You keep the safety on. Some knucklehead's gonna find out how to switch it off, and then
oh, there's the safety.
Or just like Joe Exotic's husband. He's
Yeah.
like this. Sorry, spoiler alert. And it's just like oh man, like so. I mean that's my thing. Is just don't touch the gun.
Yeah, definitely. Do not touch the gun. But people, when you tell a toddler don't do it, they do it.
They do it. Yep.
And same thing with people. You tell them no, they want to do
want
it.
more. Yep, they want it more.
So with that being said, I mean, other than food culture being affected and entertainment. Speaking of entertainment, what do you think about because there was a UFC fight last night, and one of the fighters did have COVID-19. So I mean, then they were gonna had it. They had it in a other location than what they've usually had it. Apparently on somebody's island, and they just.
They actually did it in Jacksonville.
They did in Jacksonville, so somebody's property.
Somebody, yeah. So in Jacksonville, the mayor or the governor, he was just like, we will allow live sports with at 25% capacity.
Yeah.
And the guy that was fighting, he was driving from I think Orlando, in the car, same car as with his two trainers, and two of them had it, and that's how he caught it.
What? Your trainers?
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy? And the thing is, here's the scary thing.
Watch over you.
Here's the scary thing is, so AEW, the wrestling company,
yeah,
a lot of their wrestlers are staying at a hotel there in Jacksonville, and he stayed at the same hotel that they did.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's how it spread. Literally how it spreads. It's one person, then boom, whole thing, and then you know what I mean. So it's just like.
You got to watch yourself before anything else.
The scariest thing about this is we can't see it, we can't feel it, can't taste it.
You can
can't hear it. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's the scary thing. So we don't know how to. We can only protect ourselves to a certain point, but you know what I mean. If we just takes one mistake for us, you're gonna get infected.
Yeah, either you're gonna get infected or you're just gonna be a carrier of it. I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, I've been, it's because the NFL released their schedule last Thursday, and everybody's excited about the football season coming up. But I'm like, what are you excited about? We don't even know if we're going to be able to watch games. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're still selling tickets and everything, of course, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. You hate them, you like them, I don't care. I'm a fan, but and they're still selling $1,000 tickets. I mean,
I I think they'll open it up at that point. But I think they'll do it at a limited capacity. But they even may just say no fans allowed, and like the NBA, I think that they said that they're going to do it in Vegas, and all the teams would be then they would just play it that way with no fans.
right,
So this whole no fan thing, like I think it's gonna kind of stick around for a little bit.
right.
It's different. Like I was
It's
watching the
different.
UFC fight and
Hmm.
like I'm used to the crowd, like one guy got uppercutted and he kind of like fell down and it was just like dead silence, and like you could hear everything, so it's just like it's a little different now, but I mean it's just kind of a lot of things are different now, and this is what we kind of have to get used to.
All right, and yeah, and just checking our comments right now, we show that R and J Smogan. Hey, what's up, guys? Are on our viewing. So is Texas Beard Cartel. What up, Steve? Got you right here, guys. Albert, what's good? How's the kids? How's the wife? Hope she's doing good. Superhero out there. Happy Mother's Day to her. And then we got Martha Salinas. Hey, Donna's mom. Hey, how's it going? We want to say hi to everybody. Happy Mother's Day to everybody because it's
That's
the
right,
Mother's
Mother's Day.
Day edition.
Yep.
Hope all you strong, fine females out there are doing well. Y'all took care of us. Y'all, raised us to be the men we are today.
Like with moms, like you
Yeah,
don't understand. They're like the backbone, and I
they
think
are.
some like people don't take it for granted. Like we wouldn't be anything that way. Like literally
Nah,
anything. And
I'd be a
I,
Neanderthal without my
yeah,
mom's
me
like
too, right?
backing.
It's just
Yeah,
like, how do you do this? Like. So all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Hope you guys are enjoying your day.
yeah. Do you have a moment like in your life with that your mother really like gave you like a, I guess, a view or pointed you the right way, or maybe something that impacted your life
Um, I would
that you
say
remember?
that when opening the restaurant, there was a
Hmm.
certain date that I wanted to open up. I wanted to actually open up in December, but I went ahead and went with January 11th, which is my mother's birthday. Like that was our first day. Ideally, I didn't want to open, and that was a Friday, I believe. I didn't want to open on a Friday, but I was like, it's my mom's birthday, so that's what we're gonna do. And then it was funny, like when we first opened up, like 15 minutes into us opening up, the power goes out. The power
Oh,
goes out to the whole freaking building that we're in. So not only is our power out, the indie coffee's power's out, the barbershop's power's out, the kids' apartments upstairs, and I was just like, this is how it starts off. So
this is a sign.
but it's just like I, I I sat back and thought, like my mom, like what would she do? And she would just kind of persevere, do her own thing, and just kind of keep going. So I was like, I remember one guy walking in, he's like, "Are you still starving?" I go, "If you want to eat, I'll serve you."
Yeah, definitely strong, like a strong, a strong role model. Definitely. I mean, you know, I can say one of my moments was that my dad was a military personnel and he was gone on tour, in Iraq and Afghanistan. My mother has never been alone with two kids at the time, and then Hannah was a infant, my little sister. I mean, she had to take care of us, and it was tough for her. I mean, but she persevered, and we got through it, and then he finally showed up. So I mean, I seen the different versions of my mom. I've seen the babyer, and then I've seen the you're gonna do good, and I'm gonna make sure that you are a well put together man. Basically, make sure you have good morals, and you respect people. That's like the main thing. She's a nurse now, and she's very, when I come out here and do this podcast, she's like, "You're still doing the podcast even with everything going on." I'm like, "Yes, people need to know what's going on here." I mean, we're award winning. We need to make sure that everybody who follows us, just keeps up with everything. I mean, local here. I mean, we want to everybody, because not everybody watches the news.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to watch that negativity. We try to give it a positive outlook here. Just stay positive, because I mean, there's negativity everywhere right now.
And
There. Yes.
And I also think like not only like moms, but like aunties and grandmas, they play a
Oh, they've
huge
been like moms
factor.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty much your secondary moms, and they play huge factors how you grow up. Like
Godparents as well.
yeah,
Like if you, because like sometimes not everybody has a parent. Guardians as well. Single fathers. They're both mothers and fathers if they're in those
yeah.
roles.
But today's Mother's Day, so
unless you're, unless you're what's his name, Jenner,
um, Caitlin,
Caitlin. Caitlin is Mother's Day today
says
for.
that's true. That is true.
But I mean, moms everywhere. I mean, you deserve our gratitude. I mean, and I had like a little thing for the mothers of the San Antonio culture. Like I looked up some certain females that were pretty powerful that impacted San Antonio's culture, such as Becky Hammond.
Ah,
Becky Hammond, superstar, coach of the San Antonio Spurs. She changed the culture of being the first female coach of an NBA team. So I mean, that's really changing it up. I
that
mean,
is.
like she put a standard for women now that you can do this because I did it. And then you have like social activists, this Emma Tenayuka. She's like basically born in 1916. She basically brought up advocacy for all women, workers' rights here in San Antonio. So I mean, they changed everything. I mean, she led a strike of 12,000 workers. A woman, mother of San Antonio workers, basically. And everybody still remembers her as a Mexican American labor leader, union organizer, and educator. So I mean, they're strong women, strong Latino women that are here in San Antonio that are changing it up for everybody. I mean, and they're a good role model for everyone. And for your mother, wish them a happy Mother's Day from all of us here at 210 Culture. So other than that, I know everybody's sending Mother's Day at a at a distance right now. I mean, I wouldn't want to get my mother sick
Yeah.
at all. I mean, please tell us how you're celebrating Mother's Day today. I mean, are you doing Skype? Are you doing Zoom? Did you send her like flowers to the mail? Contactless flowers, contactless pizza hearts. Let us know what your ideas are from doing Mother's Day from afar. You but other than that, we also, I mean, I think, going a little bit back to everything with because now that the NBA season is no longer, and it's funny because the teams that were doing really well during the NBA season are all mad, especially Laker fans. DJ,
Whatever. Lakers were number one, right? They're
they
best in
were
the league.
number
Yeah, so
one.
we're technically champions. So no, there's
Yeah.
down. Done. He's down. Number one,
Number
champions.
one.
Done.
Just,
Yep. I don't care what anyone says.
yeah. And so everybody's all like salty because they're like, oh dang, like my team was doing good, what the hell. And I'm just like, Spurs are still in a playoff run still. So I haven't lost in the playoffs in what, 10, 20 years. Yeah, definitely. That's a I was feeling a little bit down because I'm like, man, I'm used to the Spurs winning all the time. And now, players get old. I've had to tell myself that they get old and they have families, just like they're human.
Mhm.
But we put them on a pedestal and we praise them, which it's wrong, but it's the way we are as people. We find something that we back up and then we just go with it. People do it with football as well. I mean, with Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, everybody went crazy like it's the Tampa Bay Patriots. They're just gonna change the colors and just keep the same emblem. But I think it's crazy. Like if they don't allow people in stadiums, if they don't allow them to, what do you think that they would? What do you think they should do? If they don't allow people in stadiums, what do you think we should do about that? Like, because one suggestion in Europe, they were saying that they were charging, like, basically, they were having people pay for cardboard cutouts of themselves.
Yeah.
That's the same reaction I got in Europe. like for soccer games and all that.
Some dummy probably would do that too.
And G had this conversation with me, and he was just like, if I were to pay for one, he's like, I would make sure mine is all the way in the front.
See that thing, so I think that's where because obviously no one's gonna be able to do this, so everyone's gonna watch it on TV. That's where
Right.
you get the ad revenue. That's where you get your sponsors. Like that's that. I mean, like honestly, if I'm like, oh well, I want to pay this much, and they're like, well, it's going to cost you $20,000 because Pepsi over here wants a, Pepsi give me a sponsorship. I just called you out. Like they'll be front and center. It'd just be like Super Bowl ads.
Southside Craft Soda. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So I just think that like it's it's gonna be a different dynamic, but like if you're gonna sit here and complain that it's not the same, you can't be there. Just you know, look at it this way: appreciate that you actually have it.
Yeah.
Like watching the UFC yesterday night was kind of weird without the crowd,
Weird.
but it was the first. It was like the first like sporting event that I could actually watch. I was live than all the other reruns. So it's just like I appreciate it. I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna complain. Like it's weird, but I'm not gonna complain because I appreciate it. I got to watch something, that's actually live and not like I already know the outcome. Because I'll tell you this, like on the Longhorn Network, they played so much OU in Texas. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean I'll still watch it
I love those games.
all the time. But
Especially with Vince Young,
Oh,
pre
yeah.
Cheesecake Factory,
See, the thing is, like, oh man, I've watched that Rose Bowl
all the day.
so much that I'm still not tired of it.
Yeah, I love that game. I love that game. Yeah, it's so epic. But damn, and after college ball for Vince Young, I mean, it was just downturn from there.
It's just he needed structure and he didn't get the proper guidance, and also at the same time, it's a personality thing too. Like
Yeah.
when you're that good, you can get away with a lot of things.
Should definitely.
And then once you get to you don't know how to prepare for it. And it's a sad thing, but it's it happens. Like
Yeah.
that's why you always have to find a way. That's why you shouldn't depend on other people to motivate you. You should always motivate yourself. You should
Mhm.
have that drive.
Yeah.
If you're depending on someone else driving you, it's game over because
Yeah.
you're gonna fall in. So
Yeah, I mean, I think all the athletes right now should keep their heads up. I mean, because a lot of them are indifferent about playing in a stadium without people. Like they're like, I mean, bro, you're getting paid millions of dollars.
I get it though, but like that's what hypes you. That's what kind of like push. Like when you're tired, right, and you're in the fourth quarter and you're beating your battered, right, but then you have the fans cheering. You get that adrenaline rush. And
We
that's
should
what
just
pushes you
do
through.
recordings of our voices and then just post and play it while they're playing so they
Who
can hear
did
us.
that a couple years ago where they're pumping
2K
in
did that.
they're pumping in sound to make
Yeah.
the crowd louder than it actually was. I think it was either States or it was one of the dome places where
Domes.
they were just pumping in sound just to make it louder so the team couldn't hear.
Yeah, that I mean that makes sense. I mean, when everybody gets loud, I mean the opposition team is feeling a little bit like, oh man, everybody's loud. I can't hear my other players. But then the home team's like, yeah, let's go, let's do it for the fans.
I remember when I was playing in college and I got hit so like I got crack block, which is essentially you get blindsided.
Blindsided.
And
Mhm.
I remember like trying to pick myself, but like it was a big game too. It was against our rival. And I remember like the crowd going off, and I was like, let me just pick myself off this floor and keep going. I think
Yeah.
without the crowd, I would just lay there like, oh God, it hurts so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's always having a crowd is a good and bad thing. Like also, like when getting, I tore my MCL and ACL in high school. I mean, getting hit and then everybody going completely silent. I'm like, dang, I hear myself thinking like, and then I'm just like, man, this is kind of an embarrassing moment being injured on the field and hearing all these, hearing nothing, literally just the crickets in the grass. But other than that, I mean, to be honest, they have a job still. I mean, they can still do their job. I mean, yeah, I mean, we would love to be in that stadium and cheer them on, but I prefer my life over yelling at you to do your job.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. So I mean, other than sports, beaches are open. What you think about the beaches? Them beaches.
It's
I want to go to the beach, but
I want to go to the beach. I was born on the beach. I love the beach. I love the water. I can't swim, but I love the water. Trust me, there's nothing more than I want. I want to build sandcastles.
uh,
You know, like I I love the beach. I'm born and raised in California, Huntington Beach,
yeah,
a beach
you're at
town.
the beach.
You know, when I said I was born on the beach, I was born on the beach. A lifeguard
It's a
help,
big beach.
you know, like get me into this world. I love the beach, but I'm not gonna go because it's just like it's not. It's just we're not there yet. Like it's we're close,
but
but we're
not
not there yet.
close, but no
And the
dice.
thing is, if we keep hoarding towards it, we're just gonna push it back longer. You know, and I'm not gonna be able to go to the beach till next year, and that's gonna be really sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to have a summer without the beach. I mean, going to the beach during this time was usually the highlight of our summers. I mean, now I see a lot of boats being towed out there in San Antonio. Everybody going to go fishing, maybe in Calaveras Lake, or even going to like the local ones like Miller's Pond over there in Marbach, or even
What? There's a pond?
yeah, there's a pond and it's called Miller's Pond over there by Marbach. It's basically, it's by Portranco and all that area. Uh, there's a lot. It's a duck pond, but people do go fishing in there.
You know, I've always been to like Lake Travis, like being from Austin.
Hmm.
Um, and then I hear there's Canyon Lake that's closer.
Yeah, Canyon Lake.
How
That's
far is
in
it
New
from
New
here?
Braunfels. It's like
Or is that Spring Branch? Maybe it
um
is New Braunfels, you're right?
yeah, New Braunfels. Yeah. So I mean, from here, I mean, it's about a good 30-minute, 30
What?
40-minute drive.
I
Yeah.
drove 2 hours this whole time just to go to Lake Travis. Man, I got to check this out.
Yeah. I mean, I going out there. It's really, I love going out to the lake. I mean, the lake's always fun. You're able to rent out a spot if you're military. There's a certain area that you can rent out and like camp and just go into the lake there. I mean, I remember renting out a boat, just going out there in the middle of it and just fish. Also, I don't know if you've ever been. Uh, there's a waterfall that goes into a cave. It's called. It's like it's an hour and a half drive out. It's like kind of like going towards Uvalde, and it's like in the middle of Uvalde and Austin.
Okay.
And it's just like it's a cave, and there's a waterfall that comes down, and it's like literally a lake within that. It's not
That's
a
cool.
big lake, but it's trying to think of the name. But it'll come to mind and I'll post it online. But maybe hopefully they're open. I would like to head out there. It's like a little hike that you go there. I know I've been to Jacob's Well where it has like
The
a,
hole in the middle, right?
a hole in the river.
And then like, don't people die in there though?
They
Or
said
have
that
they
people have
have?
been suctioned in
See,
there.
yeah, nope. Play with that loaded gun. Nope. Nope.
But I've jumped in there and
Nope.
I didn't get sucked in. But
Nope.
bro, it's completely dark when you jump in. You're like,
Nope.
you just see the light above you. You're just like,
nope.
you're
You're
expecting dun
Someone's gonna just
dun
pull you down. Nope. Not this guy. Nope.
But I've been watching a lot of fishing videos recently. I've been wanting to go fishing though.
I'll go fishing. I just can't touch the worm. I have this thing about worms.
You can use corn or butter bread. It
I
works.
normally just put out chicken livers and then raw.
Oh yeah.
Get those good fish with that one.
I actually like to trap crabs, crawfish and all that. And they usually love like rotting meat.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, meat, bones, all that, all the discarded stuff. I mean, that's good eating.
Have you been to that water slide in Waco?
No.
So there's this, I forgot what it's called, but it's this huge, like there's like 3 slides and it's crazy. I've been there. Like I think like 2 or 3 years back, and it's the funnest thing. It's kind of painful if you don't know how to, because if you belly flop, it hurts.
Oh,
It is painful
ouch.
because it's really, really high and like it goes straight down.
Mhm.
And then like someone went there and died, and they found out they had the flesh eating bacteria
Oh
inside their brain.
hell no.
So the thing is they tested the water, and didn't come from the water. So he went somewhere
And had it.
and had it already. But the thing is, they had that bad reputation of it. So that place has like, I don't know how well they're doing now, but I haven't gone back since, and I probably won't. Because of that
I heard
fear.
that, yeah.
You know, and what I'm afraid of is something like that happening to a business here with the COVID-19. It
Mm,
just takes
bad reputation.
that one, and then you're gonna ruin it for everybody, So it's just like,
Yeah, and that's what we do not want. That's why we have precautions like the social distancing, people, keep, having masks on, people sanitizing, cleaning, keeping themselves good and healthy. They say that citrus is good to battle COVID-19. Like having, like, I usually do is hot water and then put a lemon in, and just mix up. If you want to add honey or anything, have tea. That's also good for you as well. But just a lot of lime, lemons are good for you.
but if you
Oranges.
do you know what a Filipino mom would say?
What
Vicks vapor up on everything.
oh, so with the Latinos
That's the
here,
thing. Yeah.
sana colita.
What
They'll use the egg and be like, "You're gonna be
is that a
fine."
real thing? I feel like okay. So is that a real? Oh, I'll unplug myself. Is that a real thing? Like, do you think that actually is real, or do you think it's from the heat of your body making that egg cook like that?
Well, I think that's why they use it so they can detect like your temperature. Like, but you just use the temperature. You just use just put it at the thermometer in and then just
See, I feel like when you rub an egg like that, right? So it's not a cooked egg, right? It's a raw egg.
yeah,
You
you
roll it around your
just
body, right? And
mm-hmm.
you put it under your bed. So do you not think the fact that you left it overnight
And
that it's rotting or something like? And I don't want to offend anybody, right?
nah,
But I'm very like I look at the like because I look at the
logically,
chemistry and the science of it because I cook for a living, so I know
yeah,
this stuff, and I'm like, there's a
heat.
like you would think like the acidity,
Mm,
just because there's a shell, there's stuff that can get into that egg. You know
right.
what I mean? So with like the acidity, like for something, it'll change the texture and the color of the egg. So I'm thinking the
Yeah.
same thing with like that. It's like is that real or is like or like because if that's not true, like you can get rid of all the bad juju. It's like, dude, how many eggs should I roll in my body at one time?
Yeah, I remember I watched that movie La Llorona.
So I want to watch it. I was too scared.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid being told that so many times, like La Llorona's gonna get you for being a bad kid. I'm like,
So
oh
messed
no,
up.
like it's like the same thing with La Chusa, the witch on a owl body. That one's another one that when you hear it now, you're like, oh crap.
How many of those? How many like different?
Oh, there's only
Like
a
there was just a
couple.
boogeyman. That's all I
Yeah,
knew.
and then the chupacabra.
Oh, chupacabra. I know the chupacabra.
Yeah,
Oh,
chupacabra.
G, you're okay,
G,
G.
why you keep falling,
God,
G?
too much drinks. Oh,
I
I'm
know he's
over.
been having a good time at the beach.
Jeez.
Hey, watch out there, G.
Watch out for the
Drinking
sharks.
mimosas out there. And Donna, hi
Hi,
Donna. Hope
Donna.
you're doing okay. But yeah, I mean, there's so many tall tales or superstitions that are out there that keep kids in line. I mean, but there's got to be some truth to those tales, though. Like these are just like the Bible. They're parables to help us understand with the world. I mean, or help understand people. So I mean, stories from our cultures help tell a story of what they've experienced in life, really, and that's what helps us either be good boys and girls or be good people in general.
Do you know what kept me in line?
What kept you
Feather duster or a belt or a slipper or whatever they get
there?
their hell that was
Oh, the belt,
wood.
the slipper, the metal wire.
In Asian culture, it was just like it was.
Choose your weapon.
It wasn't always like did I get spanked? Yes.
Yes.
Was I a mischievous kid at some points? Yes.
Yes.
But there's also other methods that would mess with you psychologically. Like there's one time where like I would have to like get on my knees and like face the wall and have my hands out like this. And you're sitting there for like an hour. Do you know how torturous that is?
Yes.
It's just like, oh my God. And then you just never did it again. Like, I'm not doing that again.
If I can't do this over, I'm not gonna do
Yeah, right.
like dang, your arm, like you remember doing the arm trick when you were a kid, putting your arms like on in a doorway and like pushing really hard.
Oh yeah.
And then when you get out of it, they just rise. A lot of things were easier to occupy our time back then.
I know, right? So much easier. You just give us a rubber band ball and then boom, 5 hours go by. Yep.
Shoot each other with it. I mean, now we got these things like
Yeah.
to keep us occupied. Like, I mean, I didn't need this. I was outside. I was doing my own thing, running the streets.
I would make forts.
Yeah,
Oh,
forts.
I love forts. Making forts out
The
of chairs.
imagination was your playground.
Yeah.
Like literally. I mean, I remember there was dogs running rampant in my neighborhood, and they were just wild dogs. And like me and my friend Chris that lived across the street, we had gotten like broomsticks or rakes, and then we had like the tops of our garbage cans, and we'd be like, "Get back, get back, get back!" And then be like, getting back, they're after us. But then we got worrisome when they try to actually attack us. And, and our parents were like, "Hey, you need to stay away from those dogs. They may have rabies." Like, you're probably right. But those are fun times. I mean,
But that's what gave you like tough skin.
yeah,
You know.
drinking out of the faucet outside, drinking out of the water hose outside.
Yeah, I've done that. I look back, I'm like, or like public fountains. I'm like,
Oh, somebody got mono from my high school from fountain. Like they say it was at the fountain, but I think it was actually someone that gave them the mono.
But you know what? Then you had that one guy who put their whole mouth like over it. It's like, dude, really? You
Huh.
just ruined that?
Huh.
That made me think of the episode Parks and Recs where they're trying to find a cover for the water fountain.
Oh man, it's crazy. I mean, I think your generation or our generation before the was it Z generation or
Yeah.
yeah, I mean
SNG.
our generations really knew what it was to just put some dirt in it, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just drink from the hose. Oh, it's nothing. Just get up and walk. You're good. I
Yeah.
mean, now it's like now all these kids with eating Tide Pods or complaining because they're not getting their way. I'm just like, bro, like, and then of course, our president. I'm not trying to get political or anything, but when you hear him saying inject like Lysol in yourself, he doesn't mean it literally. He was just making a comment. I mean, don't actually put Lysol in your body, or Clorox, or Tide Pods, or
But
the list goes on.
But the thing is, like, you don't just say stuff like that.
Yeah,
though.
people take it literal.
Like, I was hoping like someone just need to filter him sometimes. Like, boop, cut his mic. You know.
I mean, who's this
Tape
PR
delay.
guy? I mean,
Whoever it
seriously,
is, fire them because
he needs
jeez,
you need a new
easy.
one. Like, I mean, yeah, on Twitter he can do whatever he wants because he's the president. I mean, but at the same time, you can't just say it out loud.
Yeah.
And then people are going to hear you and they follow your every word and they're going to do what you say.
Mm-hmm.
So watch what you say out there because.
And I think it's like I'm all about having having your freedom of speech, but sometimes you just need to keep it in your head. You know, like
some thoughts are just meant for you.
How do you feel about all these people like protesting rights and
about being held inside their own homes?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think they're being a little idiotic because I mean, right now, I understand. I want to be out there. I want to go wherever I want to go without any explanation. But at the same time, I prefer to be alive. I prefer not to suffer as much. I mean, we suffer. Everybody has their own suffering. But if I have a chance to not suffer compared to suffering, yeah, I don't want to suffer. I mean, you're going to be protesting out there for a point of view that everybody agrees on, but at the same time, we want to be able to do it without having it being exposed.
I think those people that come in full body armor, holding machine guns, like, dude, that's so unnecessary. Like, what's the point you're trying to prove that you're
Right.
that you're what, a badass? Like, well, it's stupid. It's stupid for you to do that. Like, it doesn't make any sense for you to do that. Like, if like that was unnecessary. I think that's unnecessary. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, I know people have the rights, but like some people need to be told what to do, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have laws.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what people need to understand. Like, well, you're taking away my rights. No one took away your rights.
They're still there.
I mean, they're still there. There's just something bigger than that.
It's bigger than you.
Yeah, bigger than you that you need to understand. That's what people don't get. It goes back to it's all about me mentality, or what is it in it for me?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's crazy.
If you have a family and you're out there protesting, think about your kids, think about your wife, think about your cousin, your abuela, your tia, your tío, abuela, I mean, everybody, I mean, it's not just you, everybody's feeling you. I mean, but we rather be alive long enough to see this thing pass,
Yeah. No.
at least.
With me, and I lost someone to COVID-19 in
Oh,
my
my
family.
condolences.
And so I'm on that side. I know what that's like, and the thing is, like, people are complaining, like, I can't get a haircut, I can't get this. It's like, at the end of the day, you can always get that stuff later, even if it's a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever. But my grandma, who's only passed away, she's not coming back. Like, there's no, like, after this, like, that's it. Like,
Right.
instead of celebrating her, like, we have to celebrate her death every year now. And my big thing is because the reason why I'm such a big advocate on being safe is because someone pretty much killed her. Someone, and it was unintentionally, but they
Yeah.
still gave her the virus. She got sick and she died from it unnecessarily, unexpectedly. And that's the tough part to swallow. And the fact that people are going around not wearing masks or just being stupid, being reckless. It's like, you're so reckless, and so, like, it's not about you.
Right.
You don't understand how this affects other people. Just because you may recover from it, or you haven't
Doesn't mean
seen
they will.
or experienced that someone dying from it, like, other people have, and that's what they're going through. Like, I think in New York, with all the people that have passed away, they've buried their bodies, somewhere else, so they can
Yeah.
unbury them later. Because this is not safe yet, or it's not enough. Like, you can't hold a service.
Hmm.
And the thing is, like, what drives me insane is, like, people are like, well, there's more testing now, so the number of things are going to go up. It's not because people open up, like, the state, like, we're getting more positive tests. It doesn't matter, if it's because there's more tests and that the numbers are going up. Okay, at the end of the day, people are sick.
Yeah.
And that's it. People are still sick. What's even more crazy? A lot more people are sick than we know,
Right.
and that's the scary thing. But the people want to focus. Well, we have more testing. That's why the numbers are so high. It doesn't matter. People are fucking sick.
Yeah.
If it's like one or two people sick, that's a different story. But if it's like, like, we went up, I think we went from 32 to 50, with
Hmm.
22 no more cases.
Yeah.
At one point we were at 5, because I think there was a day we had like 40 cases, but, like, I think like 35 of those from the jail, and
Hmm.
only 5 was from the community. So that shows that we were going down. And then the states reopened, then the numbers started popping up.
Popping up.
Then everyone wants to use the excuse, well, we have more testing. It's like, it doesn't matter. People are fucking sick. Now, what I put in consideration, because I don't look at the news and get the data. I get it directly from the mayor when he puts out his daily, like, he tweets every day, like, new cases and
Yeah.
all this.
Needlenburg. Uh-huh.
And I look at those, and that's what I look at. And the thing is, if it's from the jail, okay, cool, and I take that number out, and that's, so the number is community spread. That's what I look
Yeah.
at, to make a determination what we're, like, with me, like, I don't see Noodle Tree opening probably until June, and then at that point I'm going to reevaluate everything
Yeah.
and see
You got to
what we're
change
gonna do,
business. Yeah.
and I don't know what's going to be like, until that time. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not going to contribute to this problem.
Hmm.
I,
I
I
agree.
I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and complain, well, my business is dying, and then I contribute to it. It doesn't help.
Right.
Do I mean stay in? No. Do I say not go out? No. A lot of places, like, kudos for them for
Mhm.
opening. Like, do what you need to, but be safe at it. The places that aren't being safe at it, then what can you do? And that's the thing. Some places are, and some places aren't. When you get super busy,
Hmm.
right? How do you think that they're going to be able to follow all those, sanitize everything? There's some places that, like, people have told me, like, yeah, I went to this place. Once they get busy, everything, like, they forgot everything.
Yeah. They forget about all the restrictions, all the social distancing, all that, because they're seeing money, which we want all businesses to do what they can do and just keep those restrictions for people to protect them. And if you can do that, then I mean, I think we should all be good. But let me go ahead and plug in some of our sponsors. We want to go ahead and shout out to Southside Craft Soda. Southside Craft Soda, refreshing refreshments. We got Texacola, got Viva Vanilla, and Lemoncito. Try them out at your local HEB today. We also got Texas Bearded Cartel, Steve out there, and giving a shout out. Always giving us cool gear. Keep a lookout online. You can always look at our Instagram, Facebook, all that. And Southtown 101, always great to be home, baby. So keep listening to podcasts. Keep up with us. We'll keep you listed in. All right. This is 210 Culture. This is Dom. And we
Mike
got
from Noodle
Mike
Tree.
Noodle King. And this is 210
G.
Culture. And G bringing the best of 210 Nation.